All right, welcome. Today, we're going to dive deep, and I mean really deep, on a microscopic journey into something that's happening inside you right now, the mechanics of a single heartbeat. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. Over 2.5 billion times. That's the rhythm of your entire life. And the crazy part is it just happens. You don't even have to think about it. It's an absolutely mind-blowing number. So we'll get what it does, right? It pumps blood. But how? How does this one incredible organ get billions of tiny cells to work together in perfect harmony, second after second, to keep you alive? That's the question we're going to tackle. So here's our roadmap. We're starting big picture with the heart's 2 pumps. Then we'll zoom in to see how it all beats as one muscle. From there, we'll get even smaller and find the electrical spark that kicks everything off, see how that spark turns into an actual squeeze, and finally, we'll put it all together to see why this microscopic dance is so important. Okay, let's kick things off with the heart's main job. And the best way to think about your heart isn't as one pump, but as 2 separate pumps sitting right next to each other, working as a perfect team. I mean, at its core, the heart is this amazing self-controlled muscle. It doesn't wait for instructions, it just goes. It's the engine room for your entire body, delivering all the fuel, the blood, oxygen, and nutrients that you need to live. And here is that 2-pump system in action. The right side of your heart takes in all that used up, deoxygenated blood from your body and gives it a push over the lungs for a refill. Then the left side gives that fresh oxygen-rich blood back from the lungs and gives it one powerful shove out to your brain, your muscles, everywhere else. It's just a beautiful continuous loop. Okay, so 2 pumps. Like how all the millions of muscle cells in those pumps squeeze at the exact same instant. Well, the secret is teamwork on a truly massive scale. Your heart muscle is something called a syncytium. It's a bit of a mouthful, but all it really means is that all the cells are so tightly connected that they act like one giant supercell. It's kind of like a crowd at a stadium doing the wave. The signal starts at one end, and in an instant, the entire crowd moves together as one single unit. And this is totally different from, say, the muscle in your arm. If you want to lift something, your brain has to send out a bunch of different signals to different little muscle fibers. But in the heart, nope. Just one single electrical spark is all it takes to make the whole chamber contract all at once. And this is how it's possible. You've got these special connections between all the heart cells called intercalated discs. Just think of them as open doors. They let that electrical signal pass from one cell to the next, almost instantly. It's what ensures that powerful, single, coordinated beat. So what is this electrical signal anyway? All right, let's zoom in even further down to the level of a single heart cell to see the command that starts every single beat you'll ever have. It's called the action potential. The easiest way to picture it is as a quick 3-act play. Act 1, the start. Sodium gates fly open, sodium ions rush in, and the cell's electrical charge just skyrockets. That's the spark. Act 2, the hold. To keep that charge going, slower calcium gates open up, creating this long, flat plateau. And finally, Act 3, the reset. Calcium gates close, the potassium gates open, and potassium rushes out, bringing the cell back to its resting state, ready for the next spark. Now that hold phase, that plateau, it's a huge deal. The electrical signal in a heart cell lasts about 15 times longer than a signal in your other muscles or nerves. And that's not by accident, it's absolutely by design. Yeah, this long signal is everything. It's the difference between a weak little flutter and a strong, powerful contraction. You're not just tapping the button, you're holding it down to make sure the heart has plenty of time to give a full, proper squeeze and get that blood moving. Okay, so we've got the electrical command, that long, powerful spark. But how does an electrical charge actually turn into the physical force of the muscle contracting? It's time to connect that spark to the squeeze. It's really as simple as this. That action potential, that electrical spark, is what makes the tiny little muscle fibers, the myofibrils, do their job. But there's a critical middleman, a messenger that makes it all happen. And that messenger is calcium. Hey, remember that calcium from the plateau phase? Well, it wasn't just hanging out holding an electrical charge. It was actually there to unlock all the heady machinery inside the cell that does the physical work. So here's how this molecular tug of war goes down. The spark arrives and floods the cell with calcium. Think of calcium as a key. It finds a lock, a protein called troponin, and turns it. That reveals a spot on another protein called actin. That allows a third protein, myosin, to reach out, grab on, and pull, shortening the whole muscle. Then, once the job is done, the calcium gets pumped away, myosin lets go, and the muscle relaxes. It's that simple. Spark, calcium, pull, relax, over and over. All right, let's zoom all the way back out again. We've seen the pumps, the teamwork, the spark, and that incredible molecular squeeze. So, why? Why is all of this tiny, complex stuff so important? Well, the goal of this whole elaborate dance is something called perfusion, which is really just a fancy way of saying getting enough blood to all the important places. And there are a few organs that are extra sensitive: your brain, your kidneys, and even the heart muscle itself. They absolutely depend on a strong, steady supply of oxygen-rich blood. Every single tiny step we've just walked through, from the two big pumps all the way down to that calcium-powered tug of war, is perfectly designed to guarantee that life-sustaining supply. It's this incredible, unbroken chain of events that is literally keeping you alive right this second. This perfect microscopic dance is happening inside you every second of every day, billions and billions of times over a lifetime, usually without a single mistake. Which leaves you with one final question to think about. With so many intricate moving parts, what happens when the rhythm is broken?